Welcome into the latest edition of Extra Time. We've got Frank and Gab with us. LA and Stevie here in the studio as well. Stevie's not been following along too well some of the questions towards the end of the show, and that's because he didn't get his makeup done today.
I thought you were shutting it down, so I was just like, pulling it.
Why did you skip makeup?
Why did I skip makeup?
Yeah, this is where all the problems started,
well, because
Stevie.
it wasn't until I was driving in I realised that we were having an early start, so I didn't have time.
So organised, Stevie.
How did you miss
I've got everything planned to the finest minute in detail.
Did you also ignore the text thread like you just ignored my final question tonight?
What text?
The email thread?
Oh, the email? Yeah, I got him.
Please be in studio for 4:30. We've got a few things to film.
Yeah, how did that work out?
You made it.
We got in at 4:30.
I don't throw people under the bus.
I'm just saying, how did that work out? Pete?
He's not here to defend himself.
By the way, did Gab throw residual amortization in the explanation? When he said that, I said, okay, well, I don't know. I couldn't keep up at that point. I checked out. That's beyond my algorithm right there.
His face says that he did. Yeah, Gab and Frank are also with us. And Frank's face says that Gab said that as well. Okay, Stevie, did LFC's performance, did Liverpool's performance today do anything to finally impress you and get you excited for the season? It was clear to see Slot's imprint on the team already, and with some more time and fine-tuning, it can only get better. Who do you see as the key player for Liverpool this season?
That's a lot.
Yep.
Holy smoke. Listen, I'll tell you the thing that I thought.
Seventh
The most important thing.
in the league.
The most important thing, I thought he looked sharp. And that is exactly the majority of what pre-season is all about. And some may say, well, you've got Alice Slot coming in, he's got other things. But the truth is, the way Liverpool have played their games this pre-season hasn't been a whole... It's really tough to turn around and say, well, that's different, that's different. You know what I mean? It's really similar to what Klopp was doing anyway. And as I said, they look sharp, and that's what pre-season, more importantly, is about. Starting the season with some good strength in your legs and a bit of sharpness, and so they've got that.
Who's the key player for Liverpool this season?
Listen, you were talking about it earlier. You know, people like Van Dijk, Salah, you know, McAllister in the middle. You know, the spine of your team. If the spine of your team can be at the best, then I like to think that everybody else around it will get taken along with that and will be able to produce their best. If those players can take care of the different sections of the field, then I think it buoys the rest and makes them better.
Frank, there's a ticking behind you. What is it?
Behind me? What? The what?
There's a ticking, yeah, I can hear it, I know.
There's a ticking.
Oh, it's Big Ben
Oh
behind
yeah,
Gab.
that's the thing that I put. That thing that I put around the house because I have a thatched roof. So it's something that you put to scare any animals to come under the thatch. So they're scared, so they go away. And that's what you hear, because I had to open the door because in my studio I don't have the AC and it's crazy hot in here, so I had to open it, and I'm sorry if you hear that. And next time I won't wear the jacket, like that it's easier. But I couldn't put the mic in another position, so it's why I had to open the door. I'm very sorry about that. It's why you hear that.
So every time we hear a ticking, what's happening with the animals?
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of ticking tonight.
No, it's not. Nothing happens to the animals. No, I'm a PETA member, so nothing happens to the animal. It's to protect my thatch roof, but it's also to just make them getting away and not nestle under the roof. You know.
Oh, it's a deterrent.
But I don't want that.
It sounds like a clock. It sounds like a grandfather clock.
It's like a clock. It's like a clock, and it's different position around the roof, and it's just scare any rodent, mostly, who wants to come under the roof.
Okay. All right. LA, is Rodrygo from Real Madrid to City the best replacement for Julian Alvarez?
Well, no, different players. And it's not an area of need, I don't think, for Manchester City in terms of that sort of position. I think they have plenty of players that can fulfill the role that Rodrygo would fulfill. So that profile player already exists in Manchester City. If they want to look for a player, it should be somebody who could play the number 9 position whenever Erling Haaland is not available due to injury or whatever the case may be, or just to give him a game off every once in a while, if you need it to happen. So depth in that position is an area of question for Manchester City. I don't think Rodrygo would address that need.
Pete, the producer, can't quite get over what's going on in Frank's house.
Right?
Doesn't understand that Europeans rarely
You know
ever
what?
have air conditioning.
I switch the door. Well, not enough. So it's going to be all right. Maybe you won't hear it anymore.
Okay, Frank. We'll let you boil in there.
So this is Pete, the producer.
He's asking why he doesn't have AC.
Yeah.
But most people in Europe don't have AC.
Right.
Do you have AC, Frank, in your house?
Where are you going? No, don't go anywhere.
No, I switched off the door. Yes, of course I have AC everywhere, but not in the studio because we are in Normandy, and normally you think that's going to be all year long quite okay. But for the past week, it's crazy hot and like everywhere in France. But so you can see I'm red.
Yeah, you're hot.
Very
Frank.
hot.
You're hot. Yes, you are.
I'm hot. Yeah, no, I'm not saying I'm hot. I'm red.
All right. Very posh. Your house sounds very posh, Frank.
I know.
Ale.
Oh, thank you. Have you seen my T-shirt, by the way? Have you seen my T-shirt? I want to talk about the
Tell
T-shirt.
us then.
D-Day, Normandy, come on, the veteran. Thank you very much.
Very nice, Frank. Very nice. Ale, who will pose a more serious threat to Real Madrid in La Liga this season? Barcelona or Atletico Madrid?
I still think Barcelona. While I appreciate the efforts and the signings of Atletico Madrid, I still think that Barcelona has enough to be somewhat of a threat to Real Madrid. I don't think either one of them are close, to be honest with you.
Gab, I'm a tired Juve fan. Is there a chance that Juve and Serie A return to their former glory during my lifetime? What would it take?
Were you talking about Juve returning to former glory or Serie A?
Sounds like the two of them.
Those are two different issues, aren't they? Because I think Serie A is actually doing pretty well and bouncing back. Is it the Premier League? No, obviously not. But I mean, I think European results tell their own tale, and there's a lot of clubs that I think are well run and pretty darn good, and the football's very good too. As for Juve, it's going to be a slow burn. The numbers don't lie. They lost enormous amounts of money. They've got a plan now. They're embarking on a new route with Thiago Motta. Younger players. I have no idea how this Coop Miners pursuit is going to turn out, but obviously he's a guy they love, and I think he can move the needle for them. And obviously, it looks as if he's burning his bridges with Atalanta, which may or may not be a good thing. Certainly a bad thing if you're Atalanta, I think. But I would expect Juve to finish top 4 next season, and with an outside chance of challenging for the title. And I would expect them to continue growing from there.
For all the guys, which club are you most excited to see perform this season? Excluding big teams, the club can be from any of the top 5 leagues or any league you enjoy watching. So excluding big teams, is there anyone that you think might be a bit of an outlier that you think, I wouldn't mind seeing how well you do this season?
I mean, to be honest, I want to say PSG.
That's a big thing.
I know it is, but I'm interested to see how they go without the so-called Galacticos, and the Messis have gone, and Mbappe's gone, and Neymar's gone, and it seems like an opportunity for them to actually build a unit as opposed to relying on names. That's kind of what I'm interested in, to be honest.
You're very excited to see how this non-big team PSG
I'm interested
performs.
to see how they put it together, yeah.
I don't think Gab's having that from you, Stevie.
Well, I mean, you got to see them without Neymar and Messi all of last year, and for chunks of time without Mbappe as well. I agree that is interesting. But the question did ask for non-big teams. I'm excited to see Atalanta, but I can't mention them because, of course, they are a big team because they won the Europa League last year. So further down, I'm always curious to see how Brighton are going to perform, how they're going to reload with this kid now that they have in charge. So
Seriously?
yeah, I'm going to choose Brighton.
Right.
What?
Right.
All right, pulling out PSG.
Of all the teams, Brighton, I'm interested to see how Brighton do. Okay, I'll go with Rangers.
You can't pick
in
a big
Scotland.
club. You pick Paris Saint-Germain.
And now he's
Who's
going for
bigger than Paris
Rangers?
Saint-Germain?
No, Rangers, the big club. No, I have one.
must be the
I
only-
have one.
He must be the only person outside of Brighton that's interested to see what happens at
It's
Brighton.
Top 5 leagues.
Yeah.
Leganés, you were telling us before the show. Can't wait to see how Leganés do.
Well,
in
I'm
La
interested to see
Liga.
how Palace do without Elise, to be honest with you. Yeah. Yeah, I'm really interested.
It doesn't seem like you're all that interested in any of this.
He's not.
Well, not really.
He's not taking this question
'cause I'm not.
seriously.
It's because
You
I'm
take
not.
this question seriously, Alex.
Let's see. I would shout out to Heinheim. Yes, I know you're a big fan of Heinheim. About St. Pauli. See the newly promoted
yeah.
team in Bundesliga. See what they're all about. It's a team that likes to play, so it'll be exciting to see if indeed they can, not that they can make a run at Bundesliga, but at the very least get some results and stay up. I'm interested to see Girona and what they are this season.
Oh no, you stole mine.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Frank. I apologize.
Oh, no.
Hey,
Champions
Frank,
League team.
Frank, go ahead. Go ahead, Frank. You take it.
They're in the Champions
Girona
League.
is
What
not
do you
a
want to see?
No,
I wanna
yeah,
see-
but it's not a big team. It's.
Oh my God.
I'm with Ali. They made a miracle last season. We want to see them confirming what they did, and I want to see because Ali allowed me to step up. I want to see Strasbourg. They have an English coach, I think, replacing Patrick Vieira. So I want to see Strasbourg, my former club, how they're gonna handle this new season.
It's in the top 5. Are they? How can a one-team league be in the top 5?
Why are you so angry about these
angry with
questions,
these people.
Steve?
Well,
It's just
angry.
how can it be a top 5
think
league in the
his
world when
makeup
there's only
done?
one team in it?
All right. Of all the reasons to get angry, this question is not it.
You need to get your makeup done tomorrow.
I know.
I've been so angry without it.
I know. The
Was
pheromones are
he
all
talking
upset.
about Was he talking about the Liga? I think Lens beat Arsenal last season. It's not another club, a good club.
Well, anybody can lose again.
He's disputing Ligue 1 being a top 5 league, Frank.
Here's the problem.
I was asking a question.
Yeah, I know.
Ever since the name of Lukaku was brought up in the show, it's all gone.
gone.
Yeah.
It's all gone. He went on the attack. He's
All upset.
Got a new one, Joe Felix.
Joe Felix.
All right. Start, bench or drop. Gabriel Martinelli, Luis Diaz, Jeremy Doku. Are you happy with that?
Now we're talking.
All right, go on then.
That bench or drop.
Wow. Okay.
Well, I'm going to start Luis Diaz. I'm going to start Luis Diaz.
okay.
And then I'm going to go. I think Gabriel Martinelli is going to have a good season this year. Gabriel Martinelli.
Okay, thank you.
What?
So I go Diaz, Martinelli, and then Doku. There you go.
No, you're not happy with that, Frank?
Gab's done a lot of shaking his head and making
I
faces
agree,
today,
I
hasn't
agree
he?
with Diaz. I'm upset with you, Stevie. No, I would go with Diaz, even if I think that there is a big competition with Doku, and I will drop Martinelli.
Well, I actually said that Gab doesn't like you, but Frank doesn't like you either. He just confirmed it.
You're
Everyone's
ganging up
annoyed
on
at you
me.
today.
You're ganging up on me.
Gab,
I love him.
The next question is for you. Any updates on McKennie and Reyna and their situations with their clubs? Is there any clarity on their future, on where they'll be playing club football next season?
I just got back from holiday. I really don't know, but certainly, I'll be honest here. Like the reality here, I'm assuming since McKennie hasn't signed for another club, it's the usual deal, right? His contract is winding down. I believe he has a year left. Juve have essentially offered him, I've asked them to take a pay cut to stick around, which is a way of saying, hey, why don't you find another club? And they're shopping him around Europe. I think Juve want to get a fee back for him. That's why they tried to put him into the Douglas Luiz deal, as you recall. So I think it's going to be tricky, and I think he'll probably do the thing where he's going to have to take less money for more years, hopefully at a club where he can get regular playing time, because I think he showed he can get regular playing time and deserve to play at a top club in a top league. I think that part's settled. Reyna's a different story because obviously there's a ton of baggage there. There's a ton of physical concerns as well. Dortmund certainly have an incentive to move him on, given his contractual situation as well. But again, you wonder almost if you're Reyna, if you're not better off just saying, you know what, I'm gonna stick around, I'm gonna play, not play, whatever, see where I am, and then in a year's time, go somewhere as a free agent, which might be suboptimal with a year to go until the World Cup. But I think it could be a better situation for him than kind of being forced into a club which might not be the right fit for him, or indeed another loan.
Imagine if Gab actually knew the answer to the question. Because, my goodness. He gave us a full disclaimer. I've been on vacation, and then here you go, dissertation.
Legend. Someone's dog definitely had to say on Gio Reyna's future. Is that your dog, Frank, or your dog?
It'll be Frank again, isn't it?
No, it wasn't mine. No.
It was Gab's
nobody.
dog.
Well, there's no dogs in
The
here, so
animals
it
under
must
the
be Gab,
thatched
right?
roof.
No. My dog is in the other house, and he doesn't bark like that.
The other house. So posh.
How many houses have you got?
No.
4.
Holy smoke.
All right,
Why would you ask that question?
do they all have AC?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Do they all have
No, they
air
all have
conditioning?
AC.
Except
they all
this
have
room.
AC.
Except
It's
this
only
room.
the
Frank, what's the
studio.
point of having AC if you've got a thatched roof and all the air goes out? What's the point of having AC?
No. It doesn't go through. No.
Well, if there's
that
rodents
crazy.
can get in, there must be gaps.
No, there is no gaps. There is a.
He has
Come
a
on,
ceiling.
it's just above. You never seen a thatched roof, You have underneath. You have something normal, like a normal roof, and on top of it you have the thatch.
Somebody frying some fish in the background.
Oh my God!
You're quite a structural engineer.
Oh, it's just a little
And for the other houses, it's only guest houses, so it's small rooms.
yeah.
Let's say
Yeah,
room
cheaper,
with
yeah,
bathroom.
fair enough.
It's only for guests and family.
Sizzling.
Yeah, it's a good sizzle. That's a good sizzle.
Someone's cooking. All right, Ali, start, bench, or drop. We're selling their prime.
All right, Gab.
No, I'm sorry.
God.
I just love the idea that Stevie thinks that Frank lives in a house where he looks up and he sees his thatched roof. He sees like bits of hair and stuff. You think he doesn't have a ceiling? He lives in a hut
That's it.
with AC,
Yeah.
with the AC on.
Stevie, we are a very old country, but we don't live in the Middle Age anymore. We are quite modern.
Frank, have you got to ask questions to find out?
Haven't you got a leaky roof?
No, that's the shower.
I knew something was leaking.
The big bad wolf is going to blow the house away.
I know, that's what I've been thinking. He lives in the gingerbread house. All right. LA.
What? Who? Are you all right?
No. Start, bench, drop, or sell in their prime. Luis Suarez, Zlatan, Lewandowski, and Benzema.
So this is a 4-category. Start, bench, drop.
Yeah, there is a sell
In
one.
their prime.
Of those, I'm gonna say Zlatan. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna bench Suarez, drop Benzema, sell Lewandowski. That's my list.
I'm going to start Benzema. I mean, Zlatan at his peak was great, but it bounced around for a reason. Suarez, for a long time had trouble finishing, but you know they finished up getting there. You know, Lewandowski, a fantastic number 9, scored a ton of goals, but Benzema has to be the best of the lot of them.
After all, Frank, he's the only one who won the Ballon d'Or, and we know that matters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, and it's why I'm gonna sell him, because I'm gonna make good money of him. So it's marketing, it's merchandising. So, and I'm gonna start Lewandowski at his prime. He was amazing. I love the player, and I'm gonna bench Zlatan, drop Suarez, and again sell Benzema because he's my best player. So I need money for the thatched roof.
Yes. And the structural engineer that is going to put it together.
Well, you're going to need it. You're going to waste so much money. You're not going to disappear, aren't
I love the
I think Frank is walking around with a bucket when it rains.
Frank's going to have a big bit of, he's going to have a big bit of cardboard. Frank's going to be standing in Paris by the traffic lights with cardboard. Need money for the roof. Big sound.
What type of handyman fixes a thatched roof?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Why do you want 2 roofs?
I don't know. You know
anyway?
what?
What's the point of having 2 roofs, Frank?
Oh,
Seriously.
No, I have. No, it just was built like that. The house is 315 years old. So we keep the thatched roof that you have to change every 30 years, most of the time. But underneath, because we evolved, we're not crazy. We put normal roof, and we pretend that the thatched roof is the roof. But we are not that crazy.
Every 30 years you've got to buy a new roof. What's the point of that? You've already got a roof, but every 30 years you want to buy a new one.
The beautiness of it is typical of Normandy. It's what it is. You have the house there.
You got more money than sense.
Big time. It costs big time to change the roof, but it's what it is. It's a house from there, you know, and it has to be like that.
it's a house of the time, Stevie. You know.
I think I'm gonna take pictures of it like that. You're gonna see it, because I think you have no clue what a thatched roof is.
What are you on about? Robbie Bunn stays 20 minutes from where I grew up.
Send it. Have you got,
I'm
Frank,
sorry.
What do you mean who? Gab, tell him who Robbie Buns is. Culture vultures.
He's a Scottish character, yes.
Thank you.
I still can't get over the fact that you think
Whose house has got a thatched roof, Frank?
There's 2 roofs. What?
Do you want me to send the pictures to Pete
please.
right now?
To Pete would be great, yeah.
Okay. Try to before the end.
please.
Okay.
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 It might not
Quickly,
happen.
Go.
But try. All right. Gab,
yes, come
last
on.
question. Anything particularly special in store for the return of the podcast on Thursday?
Special.
we have yet to plan it, because Jules, of course, is off on his hard-earned holiday. He gets a teeny holiday between the end of the Olympics, which is today, and the return of the podcast, which is on Thursday. So no, we're gonna get together. We're excited for the season. I'm sure Jules will be nicely tanned and brimming with enthusiasm and all excited to tell us about the importance of the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah, we already gave you one big topic in tonight's show: the importance of the Ballon d'Or. Jules is going to defend it.
Aye.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Well.
Is that it? Can we go home, or are we
Next.
waiting for a picture?
Well, you know what?
Tomorrow I'm back on, so I'll make sure the picture comes.
Yeah, I invite everybody to go on my Instagram. I have some pictures from last year, from our 10th wedding anniversary, when you see the house with the thatched roof just behind us.
How do we use this opportunity to
I think we know what a thatched roof is, pal.
Can't wait, Frank. All right, that's it for the latest edition of Extra Time. We'll be back tomorrow to show you what a thatched roof looks like.
By the way, Stevie's chance of getting on Instagram are 0%.